from the Sunday, what happened the whole of Monday, and ending up to after the 20th.
Eer ons vertel van die storie op wat gebeur het van die 19de af, die Sondag, sorry my lord, wat gebeur het van die Sondag af, die 18de tot na die Maandag tot die 19de.
And then the 20th.
En die 20ste?
That's correct.
That's correct, my lord.
So to summarize, in a nutshell,
Om 'n opsomming te maak,
the plans were made on the Sunday.
die planne was gemaak die Sondag.
That's correct.
That's correct.
The morning on Monday, there were further discussions.
En die Maandagoggend, daar was verder aan gesprek.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Then Kelly went to work.
Kelly het werk toe gegaan.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Then she came back during the course of the day.
Sy het teruggekom deur die dag.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Then she took Jocelyn to the white polo that
And
was there the previous day.
En sy het vir Jocelyn na die wit polo toe geneem.
That's correct.
That's correct.
So all that happened in the morning was some discussions. Kelly did not take Jocelyn away that morning, Monday morning.
So met die gesprek, nee, die Maandagoggend. Kelly het nie vir Jocelyn weggevat na die oggend die Maandag.
Nee, meneer.
No, my lord.
I'm going to go back to Exhibit R, and it will be coupled to Exhibit 1, which is the video recording of the state.
Ons gaan net teruggaan na bewysstuk.
I will have another look on the weekend. But that's not how I recall the story, from the statement to Captain Sylvia.
Dit is nou nie hoe ek die storie onthou nie, wat gesê was aan Kaptein Sylvia, die persoon met die gryskop.
Did you tell her that Kelly had left and came back during the course of the day to then deliver Jocelyn to the polo?
Het die vir haar gesê dat Kelly het weggegaan en weer teruggekom en vir Jocelyn gevat na die wit polo toe.
Vir wie is hy nou?
For is that my lord?
Captain Sylvia, the woman with the white hair. With the
Kaptein
grey.
Sylvia, die vrou met die persoon met die gryskop. The word is just requesting me to repeat the Afrikaans part. Die hoof vra dat het die vir Kaptein Sylvia, die vrou of die persoon met die gryskop gesê dat Kelly was weggegaan het, op werk toe gegaan en weer teruggekom en vir Jocelyn gevat en die vir Jocelyn na die wit polo toe geneem.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
The way I understood the narrative, because I was concerned that I might have missed some pages in the written document, was that you went there the Monday morning to Kelly's house. This is the story as was told to Captain Sylvia.
Soos ek verstaan het, of ek het gedink ek het bladsye of ek het iets uitgemis, soos u die storie vertel het aan Kaptein Sylvia, die persoon met die gryskop.
And there was some discussion about the money.
Daar was gesprek gewees oor die geld.
Then Kelly went to pack Jocelyn's clothes.
Dan Kelly het Kelly het Jocelyn se klere gepak.
You inquired from her where she was going.
U het van haar gevra waartoe gaan sy of waarheen gaan sy?
Are you still following?
Volg u nog vir ons?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Whereupon she said to you in the following words,
Waar sy het gesê aan u in die volgende woorde,
moenie vir my kak vra nie, dis nie jou besigheid nie.
where she asked you, don't ask the shit, it's none of your business.
Is that still correct?
As nog steeds, is dit korrek mevrou?
That's correct, meneer.
So all of this happened in the sequence of you arriving at their place on the Monday morning.
Dit het gebeur, so dit is so gebeur die tyd wat u by hulle woning arriveer die Maandag.
Then as we were dealing with some of the other issues earlier on, you read her mind, because you knew what she was thinking. You were telling the sergeant, the captain with the grey hair, what you thought she was thinking.
Soos ook vroeër aangekoop gepraat het en gesê dat, soos die persoon iemand se kop kan lees, het gesê dit wat sy dink.
Can you recall that?
Kan u dit onthou?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Am I still on the same page with you?
As ons nog steeds op dieselfde bladsy.
Because you were saying that she was thinking
U het gesê sy het gedink,
on the plan how she's going to execute it to get Joshlin to the car.
sy het gedink oor 'n plan oor 'n plan hoe gaan sy vir Jocelyn na die kaart toe neem of vat.
That's correct.
That's correct.
And I take it you were just speculating as to what she was thinking.
Ek vat dit dat u het net
Because I'm sure
aangeneem.
you can't read somebody's mind.
Ek vat dit dat u het net aangeneem om gedink wat sy dink, want u kan nie 'n persoon se kop lees nie.
That's correct.
That's correct.
And then, so we're still on the Monday morning in that sequence.
Ons is nog steeds by die maandag in daardie volgorde.
Are you following?
Volg u ons?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Do you agree that's what you told the captain with the grey hair?
As ek korrek so, dit is wat u vir die kaptein gesê het, die persoon met die grys kop.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Then, Kelly left with Joshlin.
Kelly het weggeloop of weggegaan met Jocelyn
To the car.
na die voertuig toe.
And then Kelly went to work.
En Kelly het werk toe gegaan.
And she only returned around about 5 o'clock.
En sy het teruggekeer omtrent so 5 uur.
Can you recall that's how you told the story to the captain with the grey hair?
Kan u onthou dit is hoe u die storie vertel het aan kaptein sy die persoon met die grys kop?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Now, on Monday, we're going to come back to the version that you've given in the 204 statement and in your evidence in chief.
So maandag ons gaan terugkom wat u gesê het in u se 204 verklaring en wat u gesê het terwyl op die tyd by die aanklaer vir u vrae gevra het.
Because you couldn't have told the captain with the grey hair
Want u kon nie vir die kaptein gesê het nie met die grys kop
anything about Kelly was saying you must keep her ready for 2 o'clock.
enige
Because that
iets
wasn't part of the story that you told.
van enige iets om te sê dat jy moet vir haar gereed op vir 2 uur want dit is die storie op die ding wat u gesê het nie.
Are you following?
Volg u.
That's correct.
Do you agree with me?
Stem u saam met my.
That's correct.
That's correct.
So therefore you didn't say anything about Kelly coming back at 2 o'clock
En dan van u het niks
and going to the car
u het niks gesê dat Kelly teruggekom 2 ure en na die voertuig toe gegaan het
and then getting in the car.
en die voertuig ingeklim.
Am I still on the right track?
As ek nog steeds in dieselfde regte pad.
That's
Are
correct.
you still following?
Volg u nog steeds vir ons.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Do you agree with me?
Stem u saam met my.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Because remember you told us that the two of them got in the car, Kelly and Joshlin,
U moet nou u vir ons vertel dat Kelly en Jocelyn het in die voertuig ingeklim.
you
That's-
recall that? And I know that on Monday people are going to try and split hairs as to where she got out of the car, as if it's relevant.
En ons weet dat maandag mense gaan rondom waar sy uitgeklim,
But then she had gone back to work
maar dan sy dan terug werk toe gegaan.
until around about 5-ish when she came back.
Omdat is so 5 uur se kant tyd was sy teruggekom het.
That's your version now.
Dit is u wat u vir ons gesê het nou.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Mr. Arasmus, are you done with that day? Shall we take the adjournment now?
My Lord, I think we can take the adjournment. I'll take it up on Monday.
Yeah.
Also about Monday.
So, Ms. Lombard, we're proceeding with your evidence on Monday.
Mevrou Lombard, ons gaan voortgaan met u se getuienis maandag.
I would suggest to the prosecutors, because they can't consult with you, you're under cross-examination, to maybe facilitate through the witness preparation officers that all these statements, that the witness get a copy, so that the witness can be au fait with the contents thereof on Monday. It might save some time. Are you able to look at the documents yourself and read them slowly.
Sal u dan kan deur die dokumente gaan lees soos die hof aan gesê het dat wat is nog steeds is onder kruis van vrae en die aanklaers kan nie met u praat dis wel hulle gaan vra die persoon die court preparation officer om vir u te help om die dokumente te gee om u eie tyd te neem om deur die dokumente self kan deurgaan kan u sal u kan dit doen.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Thank you. The witness may stand down.
Dankie u dan staan.
So we call on adjourn.
It is not looking good for Renz, the 204 state witness who was given homework. I'm going to say that one more time. Renz was given homework by my lord, Judge Nathan Arasmus. He said, you know what? Let's just go through what you've been saying with your evidence in chief and let's just compare it with the video that I watched of your 204 statement that was taken by the officer with the gray hair wearing the Springboks t-shirt. And he walks Renz through it all, one by one, moment by moment. And he checks for understanding after every sentence. And every sentence she continues to say, yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. But you can tell my lord is very concerned. It literally sounded like my lord was doing a cross-examination, basically saying, you know what? Buta's lawyer is wasting time here. These are the questions I really want to know because, you know what? I don't have time to waste this. I'm very, very much conscious of time when it comes to this case. And I just need to ask the following questions. So he breaks down what happened on Sunday, according to what Renz is saying, and he shows her where he thinks there's faults in her testimony. And it is absolutely incredible because one of the things that he says was, so Kelly went to the polo with JOSHLIN, and then you say she was thinking of a plan, how she's going to get JOSHLIN to the car. But you were speculating because you cannot read somebody's mind. Oh my goodness. Facts though, it is a fact. You cannot put your speculations or your ideas. And I did say this. I said this when there was the TikToker who was the witness. And I was like, she's speculating a lot of things. She's putting her feelings and her opinion as her testimony. But that is not the facts. I've said that before. And here comes Judge Nathan to confirm that as well. Once you are on the stand, once you're a witness, it really is all about the facts. It's got to be about the facts. Keep your feelings and emotions out of it, or whatever thought processes you are. Kelly woke up at 6 a.m. She left to work at 7 a.m. And when she got to work, I don't know what happened there because I wasn't at work. But then she came back at 2 o'clock. So the discrepancy here is she says she came back at 2 o'clock, but then also on the statement she says she came back at 5 o'clock. So which is it? Which, Renz? Because in your evidence in chief, you're saying one thing. But in your 204 statement, you're saying another thing. And myself as the judge, I'm going to give you one more chance, okay? Now, give her, so then he gives her homework. She went with the statements. Okay, so that's the statement when she was arrested, the warning statement, and then the 204 statement. And then I don't know how she's going to compare that with her evidence in chief unless they give her transcripts. Would they give a witness transcripts? That's going to be interesting. But basically the judge said this long weekend, you're not going to spend the time just eating state food, okay, and gaining weight. You're going to read your statement. And once you come back, cross-examination is going to happen. And as for cross-examination, I don't have time for time wasters, okay? Defense team, gather yourselves accordingly. And make sure there's no repetition of questions, which I thought that was pretty interesting. Because we do see in the Mzansi trial, they are not limited to what questions they can ask. So Judge Arasmus has a different style in his court. Defense has got to work as a team. It's a team effort over here. I definitely want to hear Umkaba's cross-examination of Renz. I wonder what information she will continue to get out of Renz. But let's continue listening on to the rest of their homework. But in the meantime, don't forget the house rules, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video because by sharing the video, you're helping with the story of JOSHLIN's story going out wider to a wider community. I remember the first video I did of JOSHLIN at the beginning of JOSHLIN's disappearance. I only got 200 views. But I didn't stop doing the videos. Every time there was an update, I did a video because I believe in the power of YouTube. And without you guys, there is no YouTube. So please go ahead. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I absolutely love it when you do. Let's go ahead and listen to this part, and I will catch you during court session today. I'll bring you highlights throughout the day, just the way you like it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in my next upload.
Before I adjourn,
Thank you, Malord.
to both sides, please prepare on how you want to deal with the cross-examination of this witness, so that we don't have a repetition of questions. We've got 3 defense counsel. At least your colleagues will know what you've asked up till now, leading up to the Monday. And you might have an opinion of how you're going to approach argument at the end of the day with the witness, just so that we streamline it. We try and keep to the point, so that we can move along. I can't stop you to cross-examine in a particular way or guide you in a particular way, but just so that we try and save time. It's unlikely, given the fact that we've got 3 counsel to cross-examine, that we'll finish, or that we'll have time for another witness on Monday, unless something happens that the witness is incapacitated or such. But maybe you must just have a stopgap ready in the event that something happens.
We will, my lord, although we do have Colonel Morris available for today also in anticipation
Yeah,
that if
but,
we couldn't proceed.
it's not going to
But
work.
he will be available.
Because we also don't want Captain Morris's evidence to be carried over more than 1 day. Colonel Morris, I heard yesterday. Are those videos available for the defense?
Yes, my lord, they have everything.
And you could open it all, because I'm thinking of how we can save time on Colonel Morris.
Are we talking about Colonel Morris's videos now? I haven't looked at that. I'll sort it out, yeah.
Just some housekeeping. If he is just going to do an analysis of images, why can't you deal with it under the sections of the Criminal Procedure Act that makes provision for evidence to be produced by affidavit? It simply means that you are able to do it next week, because the Act requires you to serve the affidavit on the accused. And unless the time frames are waived, there's a minimum time prescribed. But maybe we can discuss that with the colleagues, and there may be other witnesses as well that we can deal with it that way, because it will be inferences drawn. But I'll leave that up to the parties to discuss.
Malord, may I just inquire, with regard to the video of the Exhibit R, how are we going to deal with that to completeness?
It's going to be Exhibit 1. I've already indicated that. I believe it's on a CD disc currently, a hard disk. So if you can give me that, then I'll mark it. It's Exhibit 1.
Yes.
As it is a physical exhibit.
My lord, purely for completeness sake, it is not only 1 CD, it's actually 2. But they are both marked, and the one is 1 and the other one is 2. So just for, and it's as it was received from LCRC in their envelope.
So it will be Exhibit 1, and then 1/1 and 2/1. So that, and then what we will do is, we're not going to use this in open court, because we're using the other format. So, Geraldine.
May I also just inquire, Malord,